that. After the 2023 season came to an end, some might have said it was disappointing, not up to expectations, and some might describe it as an outright failure. Barely finishing with a record of 10-9-2, the team needed a boost heading into the next season. Then senior Michael Pappas led the team with 17 goals, the next behind him being then junior Noah Huber with 8. Ending in another semifinal loss to crosstown rival Delran, everyone knew they needed to come out stronger the next year. Preseason began in the blazing heat of August, just like it always has. The returning players from last year's team knew that they were ready to face the challenges for a new season ahead.
I was very excited because I've been playing on the team for 4 years. And it was my senior year, and I always remember seeing the other senior captains. So I was very excited going into the season, hoping for a good season.
I felt good because we had a big senior class with a bunch of good players, and I was ready to win a bunch of games and play some good soccer.
Going in the preseason, I thought our team was going to be very good, especially since we had a lot of juniors returning.
Preseason, I was feeling great. Thought the team was amazing.
Going into preseason, I was just extremely excited. Senior year, I had good expectations for our team. We looked great. We didn't really lose a lot of players, and I was just super excited to see what was in store for us this season.
With the start of preseason, some new faces began to appear. Senior Anthony Alessandroni, who was a part of the program for his freshman year before leaving, returned for his senior year.
I didn't really know what was going on, to be honest. Taking the year off before that, I didn't really know how I was going to perform during preseason, and a little out of shape, so I was definitely a little nervous for preseason.
The newer faces to everyone were the sophomores, Dylan Platnecki, Todd Salmon, Jaden Shimp, and Jason Passetti.
Going into preseason, I was hoping I was going to be on varsity because my freshman year I wasn't. Wanted to not only be on the team, but be important to the team.
Going into preseason, I was very nervous because, coming off of undefeated freshman season, I just didn't know what to expect.
After the first week, scrimmages began. The team traveled down to Ocean City, New Jersey to play in a tri-scrimmage against hosts Ocean City and Kingsway. The first time fully playing with each other after a long week of hard work, the boys cruised by Ocean City 5-0 and Kingsway 2-0. A brace from Luke Parson and goals from Owen Digney, Noah Huber, and Dylan Platnecki versus Ocean City gave them a dominating win. Against Kingsway, Noah Huber led the way with a brace of his own. Playing well in both games, the potential of this new team looked promising.
I was excited. They were dominant wins. Felt loose, felt great. Felt the team chemistry was great. Felt everyone was playing together. Everything was smooth, and we had a great time on the boardwalk. The team chemistry was high, and yeah, it was just a great time.
In preseason, those wins were amazing. Last year, one of our biggest struggles was scoring, and we really had no problem in our preseason games as we blew the teams out and just scored at will. So I was super confident and excited for what we could do this season.
I felt great because those are two good teams that we've had difficult games against before. We had 2 pretty convincing wins over them, so I was feeling hopeful for the season.
A scrimmage versus Seneca was next on the road to the regular season. Traveling to Tabernacle, New Jersey to face a team coming off of an 8-9-2 season with a first-round exit in the South Jersey Group 3 playoffs to Mainland. A team led by seniors Luke Rath, Dimitri Perez, and Jake Barr, they could be a force to be reckoned with. In the end, with a help from an own goal, Noah Huber and Dylan Platnecki, the boys slid past Seneca 3-0.
Pretty much the same way. I think I scored in that game too. The team was looking really good.
I felt pretty good. Seneca is a pretty good team, and we beat them 3-0, which was a very good win going into the normal season.
It was a good game. We came out on top. Team was playing amazing. We were moving strong going into the season.
The last scrimmage before the season opener was at home versus Eastern. Led by Dylan Johnson and Nate Linden, Eastern has proven themselves against Cinnaminson before in the past. A win and a draw in the previous years, Eastern was definitely no easy task for the Pirates. A late goal saw Eastern through to the end, winning 1-0. A game filled with attacking opportunities, but the boys could not bag a goal. Even after a frustrating loss, the boys kept their minds organized and their eyes forward as the season opener neared.
It was actually like a learning point for us. I think they just had a lucky chance, and yeah.
To be honest, I thought we were all tired from a long preseason, and Eastern was a pretty good team. I still thought that we played pretty good, but I don't think it affected how we were going to do towards the season.
I mean, it was our first road bump. I remember I had a shot and I hit it right at the goal with my left foot, and I should have scored it, and I was really down on myself, but I think everyone stayed to the plan, and no one kind of yelled at each other, and we kind of stuck together, but yeah, it was definitely a tough loss.
The newer parts of the crew, making their debuts, felt feelings of excitement lingering in the air.
Personally, I was pretty much confident the whole season going in. I feel like I had to earn my playing time, so I wasn't really scared of any team going to any game. So personally, I was pretty confident myself. So
Going into the first game, I was kind of nervous because it was my first actual season game for varsity.
Honestly, I was pretty nervous because I didn't know what to expect.
Whilst unwinding after the close battle against Eastern, everyone learned the news that the new reclassifications were being made by the NJSIAA. Cinnaminson was a victim of these reclasses, moving from South Jersey Group 2 to Central Jersey Group 2. Now going from one of the favorites to win the sectional title in South Jersey to now the unknown of how they will do in an arguably tougher Central Jersey. As they knew nothing could be done about this change, the Pirates had to move on and accept the fact that they were no longer in South Jersey.
It was a little frustrating because I felt that we had South Jersey on locks this year because seemed like we were the best team in the South by far, but it was just an unfortunate move, and we're just going to play through it either way and just see how the game takes us.
I didn't have a big problem about it. The people on the team, though, we were kind of concerned, but we actually surprised ourselves and we did really good.
Morristown Friends, the defending South Jersey Non-Public B sectional champions, were headed to town for Game 1. Eager for the wake of a new season, everyone was ready.
We gained a lot of confidence. Jersey Sports Zone being there and posting on YouTube and having highlights everywhere. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I think it was a huge boost of confidence because I know me personally and a couple other people went to that game hopeful that we were going to win, but thought it was going to be a very close, difficult game.
A Morristown Friends side, who was led by Preston Galanis and Matt Schlauderbeck, were also missing key components of last year's team. Knowing this, the Pirates were confident that they could hold down their fort, and holding down their fort is just what they did.
Right to business in the 6th minute. This is played over the top for Owen Digney. Let's take another look. The senior wins the 50-50 and gives the Pirates an early 1-0 lead. Number 10. 26th minute, Pirates look to add to the advantage. Dylan Platanecki finds some space, then curls one to the back of the net. What a shot right there from the sophomore. Cinnaminson is in control, leading 2-0 at halftime. The Pirates keep up the pressure in the second half. Luis Lopez centers. Noah Huber lines it up and he cashes in. It's junior to senior for the tally. Cinnaminson pushes the lead to 3 in the 46th. Later in the second, Cinnaminson is awarded a penalty kick. Luis Lopez takes aim and he beats the keeper. The junior adding a goal to the stat line as he gives the Pirates a 4-1 lead with just over 10 minutes to go in regulation. It's on there as they look for the exclamation point. Huber finds James Kuzowski and he scores! The junior puts this one out of reach as the Pirates score a season-opening victory.
A huge 5-1 win versus Morristown Friends to open the season. Goals from Noah Huber, Luis Lopez, Owen Digney, and James Kuzowski, and a goal of the week contender on his debut by Dylan Platanecki.
That win was huge. Again, we scored plenty of goals like at will, and we really just got our way against them in whatever way we wanted, and it just made us so confident, and it made us realize like what we are capable of and what we can do on our team.
I think we gained a lot of confidence because like I don't know, it's a pretty big win.
I felt we gained a lot of confidence with a 5-1 win, scoring a lot of goals and only letting up one in front of Jersey Sports Zone on our home field, which felt really great for the team and I.
A huge confidence booster to continue into Burlington Township, defeating them 2-0. An own goal and a brilliant debut goal from Jason Passetti led the way to a dominant showing. Next on the list, the rivals from down south, Morristown.
I feel like we were still learning each other a little bit. I feel like we obviously had some things to work on, knowing, building our chemistry together, but I feel like the wins were needed, and that was pretty much our main goal for the beginning of the season, is trying to get some wins under our belt.
We were just like really locked in, like 2 big wins. We were just super pumped to play Morristown.
Morristown, we knew that they were a tough opponent since we lost to them the year before. I knew it was going to be a tough game. Burlington Township was just a warm-up game for us because we knew we were going to beat them.
Morristown, coming off of a 10-9 year, similar to last year's Cinnaminson team, had a massive leadership change in Declan Capps and Luke Damian becoming captain. Heading into Morristown, everyone knew it wasn't going to be as easy as it was in the past. The boys fought until the end, but couldn't get it done. Goals from Declan Capps, Jeremy Ho, and Gio Dudley provided a 3-1 win for Morristown, as Owen Digney scored the lone goal for the Cinnaminson Pirates in the last seconds. One positive that could be taken away from this game was Anthony Alessandroni made his varsity debut in a position that was unfamiliar to him. Coach Digney made the decision to place the big man, who has played a defender his whole career, at striker.
For me, it was the first bigger loss that I was not expecting. They were a good team, but I don't think, obviously as a team we didn't play too good, but it was my first time, stepping foot into a different position, so I know as me and the team, we were all learning each other and still learning different positions at that time, so I don't think it hurt us too much.
The very next day, the crew traveled to Holy Cross Prep, a team that has struggled with wins in the past seasons. Frustrated from yesterday's loss, heading into Holy Cross seemed to be a refresher for the minds. It proved to be anything but that. Heading into halftime tied 0-0 after many offensive opportunities on both ends rattled the minds of an already infuriated team. In the end, Owen Digney and Gavin Rittler served with the only goals in the 2-0 win. Even with a win, no one was satisfied with the result.
You're gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, we were pretty upset. Yeah, it wasn't the best. We kind of started pointing fingers and kind of started panicking, but we stayed together, and that's all you really can do in that moment.
That was very unexpected. I don't think all of our players played their best that day. I think we were all tired from the Morristown game from the day before, but at least we pulled through and got the 2-0 win.
Even though we pulled out with the win, I think it just wasn't our best. We knew we could have done better, but just like Morristown, we had to put it in the past and keep going forward.
To finish off the 3-game week, Cinnaminson headed to Northern Burlington, a divisional matchup that Cinnaminson would typically dominate in past years. Still with some frustrated minds, the boys in red and black needed a win. After trailing 2-0 at halftime to Northern Burlington, the boys knew it was going to be a harder mountain to climb than they thought. Owen Digney clawed one back in the second half, then an equalizer from Noah Huber followed not too far after. A quick exchange on the other end made it 3-2 NBC. And another quick response on offense ended with a Noah Huber brace off a penalty kick. No winner could be found for either team in overtime, and another frustrating finish to a game with a 3-3 tie. Now sitting with a record of 3-1-1 after 5 games, With their biggest rivals away from home next up, the Pirates needed to focus on the future and leave this week behind.
There were definitely nerves. Everybody on the team was definitely a little shaken from the past couple games, and the Delran game is always a big game, so I think there were definitely some nerves going throughout the team.
It was definitely a tough tie. Thought we should have won that game, but we had a great bounce back to tie the game. We were down 2 at half. Shout out Noah Huber for the 2 goals.
You know, after a rough couple games, we were down versus NBC. We came back for the tie, which was good. That was a positive sign that we all took away from that. But it built a lot of frustration and anger within us, but we talked it out and we were ready to use that frustration and anger as a power, basically, to go against Delran and to help us win that game.
The next challenge on the list was against Delran. Some call it the best rivalry in South Jersey, while others say it is completely one-sided. The hatred between both teams is clearly visible, but the results haven't swayed in Cinnaminson's favor for years. The best result versus Delran was a 1-1 draw back in 2022. Since then, the Bears have outscored Cinnaminson 14-2 with 5 straight wins in that time span. Still, the Pirates were always ready to fight. Delran Day always gives a special feeling to players and fans alike. The excitement, passion, enthusiasm, and more are always present on days like this.
We were excited. I know me and Eric were very excited talking about it all day. And in gym class, we were getting ready. But yeah, it was really exciting. It was the first time playing at the Den, so I was excited.
I was definitely nervous. It was my first time playing at Delran. Might have been like fidgeting all day in classes, but yeah, once we got to the field, I had to put all that away.
Personally, I was pretty much headphones on, locked in the whole day. Obviously, still learning playing time. I didn't know how much I was going to play that game. Knowing it was a big game that we were fighting to win for. I feel like everybody was ready to put a good fight up in.
An intense game from start to finish followed, battling to a 0-0 tie during regulation. Overtime in a rivalry match this big always brings anxiety and high adrenaline. Unfortunately, Delran walked away with this one. A header off a corner kick from Cian McLaughlin won the match and proved to be the only goal.
It was a little disappointing. I felt we played the better game, but at the end we lost in overtime. We didn't complete on our chances that we had, so it just didn't go our way that day.
Heartbroken, obviously losing in overtime, but especially against Delran is just really tough. I think this loss probably stuck with us a little bit more than the others, but once again we had to move on to the next.
Well, we did dominate like the whole game, and then there's just like unlucky corner goal. So, I mean, we did play good, so it was just unlucky.
Frustrated, angry, and upset, the boys in red and black had to keep moving forward. Florence was the next challenge coming up at home. Florence, a team who also has been reclassified to Central Jersey, proved to be no easy task, unlike what it has been in the past years. With a similar 3-2 record to Cinnaminson's 3-2-1, Derek Tyndall led the team with 6 goals in his first 5 games of the year. Florence opened the scoring just 15 minutes into the first half off a header from Michael Kosker, leading to a 1-0 halftime lead. The second half opened with a great ball over the top by Noah Huber, finding Luis Lopez, who's danced around the defender and slotted it home for the equalizer. Florence quickly responded with a goal from Eddie Smith to make it 2-1. Down a goal and with 10 minutes left, John Salasik whipped in a corner kick which was chested off of a Florence defender, equalizing it again for the Pirates. Scratching and clawing for the lead, Cinnaminson kept attacking. Close games can make or break players' careers, whether it's scoring to break the deadlock or a costly mistake. Most either thrive or crack under the pressure. As Cinnaminson kept attacking, just 2 minutes after the equalizer from John Salasik, a new face gave them the lead.
John's feeling it. John wants it.
John Solosic crossed the ball into the center of the box, and it fell all the way through to Anthony Alessandroni, the senior defender who was getting more and more chances as a striker. Anthony finally got his breakthrough moment. Cinnaminson led against Florence for the first time with only 8 minutes to go. Unfortunately, a costly mistake led to another equalizer, this time for Florence. Derek Tyndall struck, and the game was headed to overtime. Back-to-back overtime games for Cinnaminson, the last one ending not in the Pirates' favor. They looked to avenge that previous result. Just 2 minutes into the first overtime, a cross played again by John Solosic finds Owen Digney, who served for the game winner. A 7-goal thriller ending in a 4-3 overtime win against Florence. Following the result, there were some mixed reviews.
I think it definitely boosted our confidence. I feel like any win there helped us coming off the tie and the loss.
This game was really the start of your run, your goal-scoring run. Tell us about your first varsity goal.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was kind of crazy, coming off of the years before I played soccer, playing defense my whole life, I didn't really know that I was going to get put up top, become a striker for a season, but probably seeing my reaction was probably a better moment in my high school career. In the past few years, it was probably top 5 moment in my high school career.
I think it boosted our confidence, but also just winning in overtime against Florence, it just wasn't our best win, and it definitely wasn't our best.
I think this game boosted the confidence of our team. Although we didn't want an overtime game with them, but getting an overtime win and gritting it out and all that stuff. And we had a couple players from the bench who came in and scored, so it was a great sign. And I think it really did boost our confidence.
Next on the list was Haddonfield, a team who seemed to be struggling in the first half of the season. Stuck at a 2-5 record with only narrow wins against Lindenwold and Lawrence, the Pirates were entering this game with different feelings.
There was a lot of talk about that going into it, especially because they are a little more down this year than they have been in previous years. But I feel like everybody who's been around knows that Haddonfield is always a good team. They're always a tough team. And we did have a good victory that day and we pulled it off, but they were a good team. So I don't think anybody necessarily thought we were going to have the outcome we did.
Last year we knew that we lost to them 1-0, but I don't think the record mattered that much.
I think we were thinking it was going to be a close game because Haddonfield is always a good team. Just they have a really hard schedule every year. But I think we could still dominate the game with how we play.
As some players believed it would be, Cinnaminson dominated this match. A final score of 2-0, thanks to an Owen Digney penalty kick and a Noah Huber blast.
Get in the box! Get in the box! Yeah!
Helped improve Cinnaminson to a 5-1 record. With this goal, Owen Digney led the team in scoring, having 6 goals through 8 games. The Sterling Knights were next after Haddonfield. Away from home and a chance to start a win streak, this game had some bigger build-up to it. Heading into a 4-1-2 record Sterling, led by seniors Jason Camardo and Travis Schmid, the team knew it would require a strong team effort.
There was a lot of thoughts. We haven't played Sterling in a very long time. I believe the last time we played them was in the Coaches Cup, all the way back my freshman year, so 4 years ago. And they've always been a good team. They're a little bit of a rough team as well. I think we definitely thought they were going to be a good team to play.
We felt great. We felt ready to compete. I know during this time, I was kind of getting in my own head. I wasn't really playing that well, but I stick to it. Help from my teammates, from my coaches, and they brought me up, and we were ready. We were ready for Sterling.
Noah Huber opened the scoring with a beautiful finish off of a corner from John Solosic.
Gap. You can't leave something like that. So Solosic kicks it towards the middle. A nice touch there by Huber. Huber gets a shot on goal, and it's in! What an absolute rifle there from Noah Huber to put Cinnaminson.
Cinnaminson had this lead going into halftime, Following a back-and-forth battle in the second half, the Knights snatched one back off of a header from Anthony Ortiz Torcia.
Kicking it deep, looking for Ortiz, and that one gets in! Anthony Ortiz! He's the man! Great job, Anthony.
Next thing you know, James Kozlowski's shot caused a scramble in the 6-yard area and finally was put home by Anthony Alessandroni. Anthony's goal led Cinnaminson to a huge 2-1 win at the Castle, improving the record and creating a win streak.
I think it definitely helped again. I feel like as the wins progress, we're finding out each other as a team, and by this point, we have a pretty good feeling about who's where and the chemistry we have. So
Sterling would go on to win the New Jersey Group 2 state championship. Although some may think senior night is supposed to be scheduled as an easy win, this was not the case for Cinnaminson. A tough battle ensued at the patch, and the downpouring rain did not help either. Off a free kick, Noah Huber skips a shot that took a quick hop off the slick grass, deflects off the goalkeeper, and Dylan Platnecki finishes it off. The sophomore adds another to his season total, helping finish off the seniors' attempt. With 12 minutes left until halftime, a cross from Shalleck ended up loose in the box and tapped in by Lewis Spears. Shalleck equalizes and takes the game into halftime, knotted at 1. After the celebration at halftime for the seniors, a tense game kicked off yet again. After just 6 minutes, a cross sent in by John Solasic finds the diving head attempt by Owen Digney. A beautiful goal to score his 7th of the year gives the home side a 2-1 lead. A great defensive effort followed to keep that lead, and the Pirates extended their win streak to 4 games. Shalleck's undefeated run came to an end, and the Pirates moved to a 7-2-1 record.
This win, lifted everyone's spirits. There were some seniors that got in the game, some bench players that got in the game, got great minutes for us. And just like it was a rainy day, we got a good win on a bad day, and it was just a great win for us.
Confidence definitely went up. It was a really difficult game. They were undefeated too, so yeah, the confidence definitely went up after that game.
It definitely boosted our confidence a lot more. They were a good team. Definitely gave us some challenges in the game, but we came out on top.
Following the Shalleck win, 2 quick and easy wins against Burlington Township and NBCs followed. A 3-goal performance away from home by the Pirates against Burlington Township, 2 by Dylan Platnecki, and 1 from senior Anthony Alessandroni. Cinnaminson does the double over a division rival and moves on against Northern Burlington. The Pirates look to avenge a frustrating draw earlier in the season against NBC. A quick strike from sophomore Jason Passetti fired the Pirates into the lead only 5 minutes in. Following that, a corner sent in from John Stolastic finds Gavin Rittler, whose slow rolling shot is followed up by Owen Digney to increase the lead to 2. Just before the half, a ball played by Luke Parson finds James Kozlowski on the outside. The cross finds Alessandroni, which finds Noah Huber for the beautiful finish. At the half, the boys in red and black lead 3-0. To finish off an offensively dominant game, a great run by Eric Fickery finds Alessandroni, who sneaks in his near-post shot to finish off NBC. A final score of 4-1, and now on a 6-game win streak, the boys were ready for their last division game against Delran.
We were ready. We were very ready. We took care of business. A dominant win over a team we drew to. And then we got Delran, so we knew it was coming. We had it marked on the calendar. And yeah, we were excited, But during the day, during school on the Delran day, I try to act normal. I try to act like it was a normal game so we can take care of business like normal.
I think we felt really good. I mean, we had a bunch of wins coming up to that game. We beat Northern Burlington 4-1 after we tied them 3-3. We felt really good going into that game.
It was definitely, we knew that we had to beat them. Losing to them twice, especially at home for that game, we were not taking that. So we knew we had to win that game.
The Bears and the Pirates were tied at the top of the BCSL Liberty Division. The Bears had the advantage, though, as they headed into the matchup with a 4-1 record opposed to the Pirates' 3-1-1 record. The winner of this match wins the BCSL Liberty Division. This time at home and knowing what was at stake, the nerves were even higher than the last Cinnaminson versus Delran matchup. With the division and their win streak on the line, this game meant much more than just another rivalry game. Kicking off on a sunny Thursday afternoon, the game was an instant battle. Back and forth, shot for shot, the battle grew more intense. Out of the blue, a quick turnaround shot from Anthony Alessandroni gave Cinnaminson their first lead over Delran in nearly 3 years. This goal struck some hidden confidence this team hasn't seen in years. A dominant performance ensued from the Pirates and headed into halftime up 1-0. Into the second half, more shots followed and the Pirates were knocking. Rivalry matches, again, could always make or break players' careers. Knocking at Delran's doorstep, a quick steal by Owen Digney set up Dylan Platnecki for Cinnaminson's second goal. The sophomore for his 5th goal of the year, and arguably one of the most important goals in recent Cinnaminson soccer history. A 2-0 lead for the Pirates heading into the final 20 minutes, all they needed to do was hang on. Delran kept applying the pressure, and soon the defense would show a gap and they took advantage. Martin Marquez's quick volley showed signs of life for the Bears. An agonizing 10 minutes followed, filled with Delran chances. In the end, a last-minute clearance was the nail in the coffin. Cinnaminson hung on and defeated Delran. That was truly a win 3 years in the making.
Someday, I wanna lay down like God did on Sunday. Sundays, I remember 3 songs. Sundays, that way, yeah, way.
The feeling was amazing. I mean, they were a great team. We finally just got through our heads, and we ended up getting a win versus them, and it was just great, especially winning the Division II after some ties with Northern, and so it was just a great feeling and a great win from the team.
It felt amazing. We beat them 2-1 on our home field in front of all the fans, and we also won the division that game, which felt great.
Yeah, I was definitely excited. I definitely knew it was coming. Thought we should have won the first one. And then at home with our fans, everyone screaming, I knew we were going to win.
After the historic win and clinching the BCSL Liberty Division, the Pirates had to shift focus for the rest of the season. Cherry Hill East, a team that defeated Cinnaminson the previous year, was next on the list. A struggling year from them as they entered this game at 3-7-3. A back-and-forth battle ensued, tied at 0-0 at the half. Momentum was on the Pirates' side, but they couldn't find the back of the net. In the second half, a penalty kick drawn and scored by Noah Huber proved to be the lone goal in this match. Cinnaminson held on to the 1-0 win and improved to their record of 11-2-1.
I think we were just excited to play more games as a team because boys were rolling. I mean, Cherry Hill East is always a good team. They just have a really hard schedule, so we were prepared and ready to play them on our home field.
We're still pretty happy after that win against Delran, but we had to push those feelings aside to really work against Cherry Hill East and make sure we don't lose.
A rivalry game against Palmyra was next. After a tough start to the year for Palmyra, a winning streak improved them to a 9-3 record entering this matchup of the crosstown rivals.
I feel like same thing for almost the Delran game. You know, we know that they were coming back to fight us, try to win that game against us. But I still feel like we came in just like the Delran game. You know, a little more fight and determination, maybe compared to a different team. We came in, did the job. So.
The past two results have seen Cinnaminson win 2-1 and 4-1. Kickoff on a sunny October day, Cinnaminson kept up the attack. After a scoreless yet dominant first half from the Pirates, they immediately kept up the pressure in the second half. After only 30 seconds, John Solosic found Owen Digney for a tap-in for his 9th goal of the year. 10 minutes later, a penalty earned by Luis Lopez was finished off by Noah Huber, his 8th of the year. Just 2 minutes after making it 2-0, Noah Huber threads a beautiful ball into John Solosic, who slides it across and finds Anthony Alessandroni for the 3rd goal of the second half. Solosic notches his 2nd assist of the game, and Alessandroni slams the door shut for his 6th goal of the year. With just 4 minutes remaining, a quick free kick from Shea McDevitt allowed sophomore Jaden Schimpf to get his first varsity goal. A huge 4-0 win by Cinnaminson improved their record to 12-2-1. Cinnaminson have outscored Palmyra 10-2 in the past 3 games. A tight top of the table between first seed at Cinnaminson, second seed at Robbinsville, and third seed at Bordentown. Next match was sure to be a great one, as Cinnaminson took on Bordentown.
We were confident, especially after that 4-0 win.
I was very confident, but also very eager to play Bordentown because they're one of our newer rivals that within the past 4 or 5 years had a lot of very close games with a lot of wins, ties, and losses with. So not only did I think that our team thought we were very good and we were good enough to beat them, but we were very eager to play them.
The last game in the Pirates' 4-game home stretch, a tight race for the number 1 seed in Central Jersey, was what made this matchup even more exciting. What would turn into a disaster for Cinnaminson, a quick shot by Asher Da Silva put Bordentown in front just 1 minute into the game. Things only went from bad to worse for the Pirates, as a foul by Eric Fickery in the box allowed Bordentown to take a 2-0 lead thanks to Everett Barrett just 6 minutes into the game. Bordentown took that 2-0 lead into halftime. Second half was underway, and the Pirates needed to put on some pressure. A nice ball from Jason Passetti finds Gavin Rittler, who hits the crossbar. The follow-up attempt by John Solosic is in the back of the net. Solosic scores his first goal of the year to pull one back for the Pirates. In the end, they couldn't get any further goals, falling to Bordentown 2-1 and ending their win streak at 9 games. A setback in the standings as well, as Bordentown took over first place and Cinnaminson knocked down to 3rd place. Tough loss versus Bordentown, and 2 must-win games left to clinch the 1 seed in Central Jersey. Did you think that this was ever even a possibility going into the season?
Yes, I think the 1 seed was very capable for us to achieve because we had a good squad coming into the preseason, and I just felt that we were the team to do it.
To be honest, not really. I thought we were going to be more like a 3-4 seed team, but moving on to the season, it definitely showed that we worked really hard for it.
Most definitely, especially throughout preseason and all the summer practices. I could just tell the potential that our team had, and I knew that we were going to be a top team in the Central Group too.
Next match was away against Cherry Hill West, a team that was known very little about by Cinnaminson. They had to prepare for the unexpected. Kickoff at the Chapel Hill turf, the Pirates immediately put on the pressure. Shot after shot, but the back of the net was unable to be found. The halftime score was 0-0. A dominant first half by the Pirates, and coming out for the second half, they were hoping for more of the same. A quick goal from Jordan Marrow caught the Pirates off guard and sent Cherry Hill West into the lead 1-0. A penalty kick won by Jason Passetti looked to be the equalizing factor for Cinnaminson. A big save by Jonas Schlotland kept Cherry Hill West in front. The Pirates kept adding pressure and continued their form from the first half.
Cinnaminson taking on Cherry Hill West. Noah Huber fires a laser to the back of the net. Talk about going upper 90. Let's take another look at the howitzer from Huber.
Out of the blue, Noah Huber rips a shot from 20 yards out into the top corner, equalizing the game at 1. This goal landed him at the number 5 in the top 10 plays of the week and a Viewer Goal of the Year nomination from Jersey Sports Zone. The deadlock couldn't be broken in regulation, and overtime was needed. First half of overtime started, and about 4 minutes in, a ball played through by Dylan Platnecki found Noah Huber, who took it around the goalkeeper and tapped it into the open net. Two to 1 was the final as Cinnaminson came from behind to win.
It gave us a lot of confidence. Cherry Hill West is a good team, and I feel like we outplayed them on their turf. It's just the score was unfortunate, but we still came out to win. I feel like we could have beat them by a couple more goals, but we still won the game and brought us a bunch of confidence.
I mean, it gave us a lot of confidence, especially because they were a group 3, group 4 school, I don't know. But I remember Coach Stigney saying that teams like us weren't supposed to beat teams like them.
Yeah, it gave us a bunch of confidence. That's a great team, great players. And yeah, it was a hard-fought win. Noah with a banger, king. But yeah, it's a great win and great confidence.
This win pushed Cinnaminson into first place again as Bordentown lost to Burlington Township the very next day. All eyes turned to Robbinsville's final game before the PowerPoint cutoff. Robbinsville, the second seed in Central Jersey, was in the semifinal of the inaugural Colonial Valley Conference Tournament against Notre Dame High School. A very competitive game that would determine the number 1 seed in Central Jersey Group 2 rankings. Robbinsville versus Notre Dame kicked off at Hopewell Valley High School. Watching along on the live stream, the Pirates eagerly waited to see the outcome of this match. With a halftime score of 0-0, the second half was sure to be a close one. Notre Dame, in the end, fired 2 past Robbinsville, one from Will Lynch.
From Baricelli, cleared back out to the top of the box. Left-footed shot from Haynes is blocked. Will Lynch with a shot. He rifles it into the back of the net. Oh, what a goal from Will Lynch! And finally, for the Irish, a breakthrough.
And the other from Tyler Javick.
Trying to get a cross in, deflected. Another one through. A chance now and a shot, and it's 2! It's 2 for Notre Dame. Tyler Javick with the Cole Palmer icy celebration there as he comes over to the Notre Dame patrons.
This loss for Robbinsville meant Cinnaminson was 1 win away from clinching the number 1 seed in Central Jersey. The South Jersey Coaches Cup tournament was about to be underway the very next day, Cinnaminson's last chance to secure the number 1 seed. The first round of the South Jersey Coaches Cup tournament was set, and Cinnaminson entered as the number 4 seed. With a top 4 seeding placement, this meant Cinnaminson had home field advantage up until the semifinal, which would be at DeCoux Fields in Cherry Hill. Their first round opponent would be Delsey, a strong competitor entering with a record of 10-6. With a player in Anthony Santero, the Pirates knew this could be a very evenly matched game. With lots of stipulations placed on this match, everyone was eagerly waiting for kickoff. A chance at the number 1 seed and a quarterfinal spot in the Coaches Cup was not an achievement many can fight for. Halfway through the first half, locked at 0, a cross from Dylan Platnecki took a deflection off the goalkeeper and found John Solasic for the opener. The Pirates would take this 1-0 lead into half.
Let's go.
Just 20 seconds into the second half, a ball over the top from Dylan Platnecki found Gavin Rittler, whose breakaway chance was denied. The ball found its way to the foot of Noah Huber, finding Platnecki for a wonderful solo goal.
Hit it, Dylan. Hit it!
This goal from the sophomore was goal number 6 on the year and propelled Cinnaminson to a 2-goal lead. Just 5 minutes following Platnecki's finish, a ball played in by Connor Hughes was headed down by the defender right to Gavin Rittler, who rifled it into the top corner. Rittler's second goal of the year was a big one. The boys in black and red were cruising, up 3-0 with 35 minutes to go. A very entertaining game continued, as only 5 minutes after the third goal, a ball found its way to Luke Parson in the midfield. The ball took a deflection off of senior Rex Huntsinger, who then stuck his leg out and hip tosses Parson to the ground. Parson, understandably upset, then shoves Huntsinger, who then follows with a punch in the chest. A scuffle occurs, leading to a red card for Huntsinger and a yellow for Parson. A truly embarrassing way to end your last Coaches Cup game for Huntsinger, as he only made things go from bad to worse for Delsey. Down a man and down by 3, the goals didn't stop there. A cross played into the box by senior Timmy O'Connor became loose and was tapped in by senior Michael Platnecki. His first varsity goal of his career drove the Pirates to a 4-goal lead.
Get up there, Mike. What if they had a pinch?
With the final 5 minutes remaining, sophomore Jaden Shimp blasts a great ball into the open space and finds fellow sophomore Kyle Schoenberger. He finishes it off nicely for his first varsity goal of his career. The Pirates fly to a 5-goal lead. After a goal by Delsey, a quick response led to another great ball from Jaden Shimp, finding junior James Kozowski. He flicks it on to freshman Christian Oliveira, who gets his first varsity goal.
Good ball. Go! Finish! How did that go in, bro? And that's why he's number 0. He's 0 saves.
A huge win for Cinnaminson in round 1 of the Coaches Cup, ending in a 6-1 victory and moving on to the second round for a rematch against Morristown.
It gave us a lot of motivation to go and get a revenge game against Morristown, especially because Delsey is another team that last time we played them also beat us. And first round of the Coaches Cup isn't always easy. It's the best teams in South Jersey. So I think a convincing win over them definitely gave us what we needed to try to go out there and play Morristown.
The second round of the South Jersey Coaches Cup kicked off against Morristown, with a spot to move on to DeCoux Fields in Cherry Hill against Shawnee. After about 15 minutes pass, a foul in the penalty area occurs, and Cinnaminson has a chance to go 1-0 up.
Foul the ball! Yes.
A goal from Noah Huber from the spot, his 11th of the year, sent the Pirates into the lead. The lead was with Cinnaminson at the half, and with the second half underway, the Pirates continued to knock. That was until Morristown's Jake Everly Clayton puts away his chance to equalize. No goals could be found in regulation afterwards, so the quarterfinal had to be decided in overtime. With just 2 minutes remaining in the first period of extra time, Declan Capps gets away with a debatable call and buries it in the back of the net to advance Morristown to the semifinal. Knocked out of the Coaches Cup, the focus is now shifted towards the first round of the playoffs against Allentown.
Go to doubtful on certain teams going in the playoffs. You know, it's you lose, you go home. So we didn't take any team lightly, but we definitely went in there with as much confidence as we had throughout the whole season, knowing, you know, you lose, you go home, you stay, and you keep fighting for something. So,
you know, after that loss, it hurt. It hurt. It was a bad loss. They got a good goal at the end, and it was just unfortunate. But with that loss, we now had a week to prepare for playoffs, to rest, to get ready. So we took some positives away from it, and we were ready for the playoffs.
Our confidence was pretty high. I think going into the first round against the playoffs, going against the number 16 seed. Obviously, we didn't want to underestimate them, but we knew that would be close, and we would try to come out on top.
A week break between Morristown and Allentown allowed the Pirates to regroup. Allentown, the 16th seed, was far different from your average last-seeded team. Entering with a record of 7-13, Scott Jordan, a senior from Allentown, led the team in scoring. 22 goal contributions, including 17 goals, he was going to be Allentown's main target man. Kicking off at the patch, a tightly contested match ensued. With only 7 minutes remaining in the first half, a questionable call from the referee found Shea McDevitt responsible for a foul within the penalty area. This allowed Allentown to take a 1-0 lead against the one-seeded Pirates. Allentown took this lead into halftime, up 1-0 away from home. With 25 minutes remaining, Cinnaminson needed a spark. A ball that was cleared out was put quickly back over the top, finding Noah Huber. The referee says no offsides, and Huber puts the ball in the back of the net for the equalizer. Huber's 12th goal of the year looks to have saved the Pirates a season for now.
The ball. Now he's on! He's on! Yeah! Yes! Yes! Yes, sir!
12 minutes remained, and the deadlock at 1. Someone needed to find the net to be a potential winner. A fast break from Allentown led to a 3-on-2. The initial shot was saved, but the follow-up was put back home. The 16 seed took a 2-1 lead with 12 minutes to go over the 1 seed away from their home. The Pirates needed a star now more than ever. Noah Huber wins a header to find Gavin Rittler. His ball over the top is chested down by Dylan Platnecki and fired home off the volley. A beautiful goal from the rising star sophomore to save the season for Cinnaminson. With 3 minutes remaining, tied at 2 goals apiece, a ball over the top trying to find Owen Digney was too far in front of him. The Allentown defender plays it back towards their goalkeeper. The patch strikes, and the ball bounces over the goalkeeper's foot and into the back of the net for the game-winning own goal. The Pirates have been bailed out and will move on to the second round.
Hustle, Owen! Come on, Owen! Oh, yeah! Oh my God!
I definitely think that a little bit of the confidence we had coming into it took a little bit of a tank. But Allentown wasn't your typical 16 seed, and they were a very good team. And I think that we kind of saw what we did in that game, and we saw what we did in that game, and we tried to learn from it and move on.
I think it raised it a little bit. I think it didn't help that, it was such a close game for the 1 to the 16 seed game, but we got the win. That's all that mattered.
Our confidence dropped down a little bit, but Allentown was still a very good team. They were not the typical 16 seed, so we still got a win, which is a good win for the team. We just had to win every game, so it was just better to win that game than lose. So.
Holmdel, the defending Central Jersey Group 2 champion, was next on the list for the Pirates. Entering with a record of 11-6-1, they were still just as big as a force as Allentown, if not bigger. Their top scorer, Stepan Kapranov, was already committed to Ivy League school Columbia to play Division I soccer. Playing against a Division I player is no easy feat, both physically and mentally. Kicking off on an early Saturday morning, the quarterfinals were underway. 20 minutes gone by, and Noah Huber produced one of the best goals you'll see at the patch. The senior from 35 yards away does the unthinkable and adds to his season tally of 13 goals. Huber supplied the lone goal for the first half, as Cinnaminson took this lead into the half. A short time after the second half kickoff, a short corner played by John Salasic found Noah Huber, whose first attempt was saved. Rebounded by Salasic, he found Dylan Platnecki, who slammed the ball home.
Follow up? Ah, one time, Johnny.
Beautiful. Beautiful. One timer. Volley.
Well done, well done.
A huge 2-0 lead as Cinnaminson looked to move on to yet another semifinal. 10 minutes after his first, great pressure applied by Gavin Rittler allowed an interception by Platnecki. He rifles one into the back of the net, gaining a 3-goal lead for Cinnaminson.
There it is. Come on, Dylan.
Yeah.
The final score was 3-1 and saw the Pirates through to their 5th straight NJSIAA sectional semifinal.
Yeah, the win felt really good there, especially the close round before it. Going into Delran though, I obviously felt really nervous, especially for the 3rd, 4th year in a row. Yeah.
It helped a lot. We knew Homedale was a great team. They are a great team. They have a lot of great players. When we were able to shut them down, we were able to play through them. And we got the win. We knew Delran at hand was going to be tough, especially in the semifinal game. We knew a lot of people were going to be there watching. A lot of important people were going to be there. So we were ready. We were ready to compete and win again.
You know, after the close first-round matchup, we were expecting Homedale, especially with their past successes. They're a great team, great program the past couple of years, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. But with that win, we had huge goals. We were dominating the whole game, never even let them get a breath. We were feeling very confident, and it really just boosted our confidence for that next round.
Yet another chapter in the tale of Cinnaminson versus Delran was set to be written. A 5th straight semifinal against the two teams, with the winner being Delran 5 straight times. Tuesday, November 12th, 2025, a 2:45 kickoff time at the Patch. A closely contested first half saw the game still locked at 0 going into halftime. In the second half, the game remained scoreless until
Eamon McStravick, and he scores! The Delran faithful go crazy as McStravick nets.
20 minutes remained, and the Pirates tried scrapping together all they could to save their season yet again. In the end, however, Delran advanced for the 5th straight year over Cinnaminson.
I think it's just like, I'd say the mentality of Cinnaminson. I just feel like we just expect to lose that semifinals game because it's just like a ritual kind of. We just always lose to Delran in the semifinals, and Delran's just always ready for playoffs. But it's just hopefully in the upcoming years of Cinnaminson boys soccer, they finally win the semifinals and hopefully win the sectional.
It sucked. It was an awful experience, but nothing they haven't experienced before. I mean, we've lost them the past 4 years in the same predicament, and I really wanted to, as a senior, go out there and play my last game, but unfortunately I was injured, so I couldn't even participate in this last game. So it definitely hurt. It wasn't a great experience, but I'm hoping that some of the players we nurtured this year can come back and hopefully break the curse that seems like my class kind of placed.
It was definitely sad for most of us. Some of our players' last game of the season ended off on a loss.
I mean, I think everybody left it on the field. I think everybody tried their hardest. Even though it wasn't the result that we wanted, we still tried our best, and that's all that mattered.
A season that started off rocky, saw a 9-game win streak, many spectacular goals, and a BCSL division title. In the end, the goal of achieving that Golden State Championship trophy and returning it to Cinnaminson could not be reached. The hunt for a sectional title continues into year 12, and their journey to a state title into year 25. What have been your feelings towards this team over the past year after you come back after that year off? What was it like before the break and after the break?
I didn't really know too many people. I definitely knew everybody that I've played with or close to in the past years of soccer. But it was definitely one of the best years I've had in sports in the past few years. Making a new family, probably one of the better teams I think in Cinnaminson wise I've played for. But I making a new family this past year. Didn't know what was going to happen during preseason, but even up until now, it's still reflect back on it. But make such great friends now, and was brought in really well into the new family. So.
What are your feelings towards this team that have been over the past 4, 3, 2 years, and the last year of your high school career?
I just love the experience. I mean, coming in as a freshman on the varsity team, it was just very fun. The team was very fun to be around. It was a good team. It's always been a successful team, and just every year just progressing as a role on the team, it just felt really good as a Cinnaminson Pirate.
What have been your feelings towards this team over the past 4, 3, 2, and last year of your career?
I've always felt like I'm very close with the team, especially my class, which a lot of the players on it have been with us for a very long time. Been playing together since we were U11 Cinnaminson club soccer, and then I played with some of them my freshman year, and then as the years went on, a lot of them started to move up to the team as well. And I felt like we had a very strong connection with this team, and I always have, from the seniors my freshman year to the freshmen my senior year. I feel like as a program, we're very tight-knit, and I really enjoyed my 4 years of the program.
It was great. I just made friendships, and it was just really fun, playing with the same guys for 3 years, and we just built a bond that would last forever. So it was great.
I love this team. I love the Cinnaminson boys soccer program. I love our coach, Coach Digney, Coach Merrill. I love all my teammates. Amazing. Made a lot of new friends. Practicing every day with the team. It's just a great time. All those wins. Just an amazing time the last 3 years. It's been such a great honor to play for Cinnaminson boys soccer high school.
I feel like our team was all about runs and ups and downs. I remember my freshman year basically undefeated on top of the world. We won Coaches Cup, and then after that though, there were some challenges that faced us. But every year we found there was a new challenge. But every year we always found a way to overcome it, and we always stuck to our skills and what we were good at, and we found positives to take away from everything, and just creating bonds and friendships and just that chemistry. It was something special. It really was.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.